Another ACC pit semifinalist for Coach Gavin Bonacorsi.
Well, Quinn saw one of the two Bedlam matchups earlier this year, Oklahoma against Oklahoma State, as those two ended up sharing the Big 12 championships in a match that came down to A.J. Ferrari's matchup at 197. But what Lou Rosselli, the head coach of Oklahoma, told Quinn going into that was, here's a guy with Woodley who could win it all. They're very high on what he does. His record over the course of time has not blown you away. As redshirt freshman year, 22-10. Last year, 20-9. And Quinn this year, 12-7.
Yeah, you know, he's one of Coach Rosselli's first recruits. He was really upset when he lost to Ferrari in the first Bedlam. But from a family of wrestlers, he's quiet, tough, and gritty. My question to the guys, Tim and Jim, is how do you turn a journeyman into a headliner? And that's really kind of what's happened to Woodley this week.
I think some of it has to do with what the team's doing, and then Lou Rosselli and what OU did at the conference championships, and you follow those teammates. Even if you were third or fourth in that conference championship, you're part of that national championship team, and you gain some confidence right there. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I think, it's just doing the work. That's what it takes. There's just no magic to it. There's nothing you can say. It's the self-belief. They came to your program because they thought they could be the wrestler, could wrestle in the semifinals of the national tournament, maybe wrestle for a national title. And, as a coach, you're just trying to do the things that it takes to be able to get guys who believe like this, and then, you provide the environment for them to succeed.
Ferrari pursuing Amin with relentless fury all the way to the edge of the mat as they go out of bounds. Ferrari has accumulated 43 seconds of riding time, and that's always something to keep an eye on with him, where you go back to, just look to his last match, more than 2 minutes of riding time as he took out Jacob Warner of Iowa in that quarterfinal win. And the Big 12 championships, beat top-seeded Tanner Sloan of South Dakota State, who was undefeated, and did it with more than 3 minutes of riding time.
Well, here's the other thing he does, Mike. He just basically drops it on the leg quite a bit. He's really difficult to be able to get away from. Looks like Amin's going to get the escape, but that first takedown against Amin is huge.
It really is. Amin does not get taken down like that early. It was a big escape by Amin there.
And look at the, with the lead, 2 seconds left. That tells you what type of confidence this young man has. He's going to shoot. Showed up for the first minute and a half this match, kind of danced around out there, got on his knees, showed a few style points, then went right on the attack.
Yeah, Coach Smith said that he really got after it in the Big Ten finals, and it was a crossover moment for him. Basically, he just said, I believe a star was born in that conference championship.
Yeah, it was funny because between every break coming back to the mat, he was basically signaling to the Oklahoma State fans, come on, get up, get behind me here. He's doing his own cheerleading. Very confident, but he's backing it up with a lot of attacks. He's got attacks below the knee. Again, Myles Amine is not easy to take down. That first takedown is huge.
Ferrari's marked 18-1 this year. His only loss against Noah Adams of West Virginia. Meanwhile, right side of your screen, Pitt's Nino Bonacorsi up 2-1 midway through the second, on top of Woodley at the edge.
Got that wrist trapped underneath. Woodley stretched out. Myles Amine trying to get to the finals, been fourth, third, trying to get to the finals, where his dad, Mike, was a finalist, national runner-up for Michigan. Great heritage family. His cousin Cam Amine in the field at 165, and has a lot of pride. Family legacy means a lot to Myles Amine. The tradition is everything to him, he says, and Michigan is like family.
And he's the first Wolverine to get the top seed of the NCAA championships since his assistant coach, Kellen Russell, a two-time champion, did that back in 2012. He's qualified for the Olympics to represent San Marino. within the borders of Italy, country of about 33,000, home to his grandfather.
You know, talk about qualifying for the Olympics. He's not alone in this field. Several of these guys have already qualified for the Olympic trials in a couple of weeks, and the champions automatically qualified for the U.S. Olympic trials in 2 weeks. So another perk for the NCAA champions. It's a qualifier as such for the Olympic trials in Fort Worth, hosted by USA Wrestling, April 2nd and 3rd.
Really interesting. We've seen Myles Amine wrestle quite a bit, but he's showing Ferrari a heck of a lot of respect in these situations, and Ferrari's just taking the opportunities, jumping right back in a shot. Notice how he's staying in his laces up, coming around and getting a little bit better angle each time. Now he's able to come up with that leg, keep his ankle free. It's great work here to get to his feet, constantly working to get a better angle. Amine tries to limp out of it.
Huge sequence here, 5 seconds.
Almost had it, but I think time ran out.
Yep, Amine holds off Ferrari by keeping that left leg away from the freshman wrestler from Oklahoma State. So Ferrari takes the 3-1 advantage into the third. Less than a minute to go in the third between Woodley and Bonacorsi. He's got the riding time point, an effective 4-1 lead. So Woodley trying for his fourth upset in as many matches here in St. Louis.
You know, Jim, Amine in a different position than he has normally been. Close is nothing new to him, but usually he's the one that's protecting, defending a lead that he got early in a match. He's got to come from behind here.
Look for Ferrari to drop back in on the crotch right there. Dives back in. He's not been warned for stalling. I don't know if you want to waste one right here, but wisely just picks him up and brings him out of bounds. Now he's got that left toe in. He's burning a little bit of clock, and where that's important is they've already got 52 seconds of riding time from his takedown and this sequence of riding.
Bonacorsi is your winner on the right side, and the Pitt Panther is on to the finals tomorrow night. So we saw Jake Wenzel earlier. Bonacorsi will give Pitt the opportunity for their first champion since Keith Gavin did it in 2008. $1:28 to go with Ferrari on top. Ferrari has lost just once this year, a 1-point decision, and Amine undefeated in the 2021 campaign.
Yeah, this is, you know, you can say that this, how much of an upset this is, but I think it's a big upset. This is a man that, Amine, that's showed well on the world stage. A young freshman coming out here with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, we're talking about Amine, who is 5th in the world at 86 kilo.
Little delays for blood on the mat. There's extra sensitivity, obviously, with COVID to get everything cleaned up. All these athletes have been tested multiple times to travel here, and they've been tested daily since they've been here. Not a single positive test among wrestlers, coaches, or team representatives so far this week.
Natural return situation. Okay, Amine able to get to his feet. They did not call that an escape, that action, so. You know, Tim, he's getting enough riding time right now, even if it's another 10, 15 seconds. If Amine may need 2 takedowns if he gets back up to his feet. Drops back in. That's what he does so well. This action right here, nice little finish. seen a lot of Miles Amin over the years, and he just did not look like himself right now.
Does he look fatigued to you, Jim?
Just maybe just a little bit. Just tough situation. And tell you what, and a lot of it has to do with AJ Ferrari, the way he, maybe carries himself. His technique is awesome. His ability to go ahead and mat return. He got out quickly. Has all the qualities of a champion.
His teammate Dayton Fix says he wrestles hard all the time, not just in matches, in the room, has a lot of respect for what the freshman has brought to the room for the Cowboys.
Yeah, and most guys will let that action go and give up the escape. Even with the reversal in this situation, he's fighting it all the way through every position. I'm sure that he bounces off the walls in that Oklahoma State wrestling room.
And Coach Smith looks mildly displeased. What do you think his grievance is?
Well, that could have been for a couple rounds ago. that could be, there might be some history to some of these situations. You never know. Don't need to speculate, but it doesn't have to be this match.
Yeah, I don't know. He's pretty happy since he saved all 7 of his calves in the middle of the winter when they were calving, and he had 2 practices going on. He had cold weather going on, and he had to go down and make sure that his cows that were having calves were saved, and so he was pretty happy about that. Jim, you love a cowboy farmer coach, I'm sure.
Well, he gave me a great recommendation. I said, in Ohio, I've got about a small plot of land. What kind of cattle should I get? He says, goat.
Get goats.
Save yourself the lawn mowing time and just go goats.
More goats.
Going to do it. The upset you're talking about, Jim, it's going to happen. Very, very impressive by the Cowboy.
Yeah,
and then they get 2 in.
Yeah, just a paper upset, but you watch the match, and it was just all Ferrari. The quick takedown, the escapes, the riding, the celebration.
They want him to clean up his face a little bit.
His dad.
A persistent presence at his matches. Ferrari has come into Stillwater and quickly made a name for himself in the most storied championship program in the history of the sport. 2 seconds away from knocking off the #1 seed here at 197 pounds. And AJ Ferrari will hand Miles Amin his first collegiate loss since March of 2019 at the NCAA championships.
Another caution, that's a point for Ferrari.
And let the celebration begin with one more match to go here in St. Louis for AJ Ferrari. With a team point at stake, he holds on to the headgear. Coach Smith says, give me that. Ferrari behind tomorrow night at 197. That is going to be a lot of fun. A celebration well earned from AJ Ferrari. The gap between Iowa and Penn State is 11. There's a lot that gets decided tonight. The team title is still up for grabs. Hang on to that headgear. You're going to need it for 7 more minutes tomorrow. Young man AJ Ferrari, a winner here in the semifinals. He's going to make his way over to check in with Quint. But got to make sure he gets the ankle bands back over there. Coach Smith, 30 years as the head coach at Oklahoma State. He's got to carry the headgear?
You put a freshman in the finals, you'll carry his headgear, you'll carry his bag.
Yeah.
You'll do a lot of things.
That never gets old, does
Yeah,
it?
Right.
That's what keeps John Smith young, man.
Oh, Craig Kuen, all yours.
AJ, congratulations. Coach took your headgear. It looked like that was a little bit of damage control going on. What was your celebration post-match?
Just trying to pump up these fans, man. They've been supporting me all year. You know, we've trained our butts off, man. It's been a long year, you know. It seems like it's been short, but I came in early, came in June. So I've been grinding all year, and this is where it's going to pay off, you know. I live and dream for moments like this. And I wasn't going to let anybody steal it. Nobody outworks me. Nobody has my genetics. And nobody has my family and support from back in Oklahoma State. I mean, throughout the whole country. So with God on my side, nobody can beat me.
Your dad, Albert's up there.
Yep, Albert Sr. Yep, Albert James Ferrari Sr.
You're a young buck. You're a freshman.
Right.
Wrestling against
True
men.
freshman, right.
Wrestling against men. How have you pulled this off? How have you made this happen?
Right here, man. Just focusing, you know, dialing in these last couple weeks to months, you know. Not seeing my girlfriend or anybody, staying focused on the goal, you know, the ultimate goal, and just making a deal with God. You know, I'm going to dedicate my whole life to this, and it pays off. You know, whenever I sacrifice my whole life and my family pushes me, you know, my dad in the weight room doing tire flips, box jumps at the house, my coaches, got the best coaching staff in the country. I mean, there's no place I'd rather be in. The best opportunities right here at Oklahoma State. So it's great being here and finally seeing all the hard work pay off and finally, you know, seeing it all pay.
You got the best fade in the business, too.
Yeah, yep.
Congratulations. Can we get one more
Yep.
for Sports Center for Scott Van Pelt? Right there.
665-pound deadlift, baby.
Here we go. AJ, congratulations.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's win a national title, baby. Go Cowboys.
665 Cousins. 665 Cousins.
Well, I'm glad to know that I'm not alone with my deadlift.
Oh, pistols firing.
Hey, welcome to the club, AJ. 665. Meet you in the weight room. All right, it'll be Bonacorsi for our. If we've given you nothing else, you have a lot to look forward to when he takes the mat tomorrow. There's going to be some flexing coming your way. If you're a fan of Big Ten wrestling, stick around because heavyweight is the spot for you. The undisputed #1, Gable Steveson, goes head-to-head with Tony Cassiope, one of the best Iowa heavyweights in quite some time. Harris and Gremmel on the other side of that bracket.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Hey there, Hoops fans. Enjoy Arby's corned beef Reuben. Arby's corned beef. Arby's. Come on. Arby's, we have the meats.
Garnier infuses vitamin C in the new Garnier Brightening Serum Cream to reveal glowing skin. The efficacy of a vitamin C serum, the moisture of a cream, and an SPF 30. 3 products in one for bright, glowing skin. New Garnier Brightening Serum Cream by Garnier, naturally.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
I don't know what happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Sure looks like something happened.
Well, you've been with Farmers for 3 years with 0 auto claims.
Yeah?
So you earned your policy perk, accident forgiveness. Now, instead of this being something,
It's nothing.
get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks. They should really turn this right off.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start with a quote at 1-800-FARMERS.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than the leading allergy spray at hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
Introducing New Degree Body Wash. Made with Epsom salt and electrolytes. Designed to reset muscles in the shower.
Charge up?
Try New Degree Maximum Recovery.
These days, everyone's staring at screens, scanning the news, and watching their spending. Good vision is more important than ever, but so, especially now, is saving. That's why America's Best includes a free eye exam when you buy 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95. That's a savings of at least $50. 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95. Includes a free exam. That's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Book an exam online today at americasbest.com. And you're on mute.
Morning, LT.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. None of these are mine.
The world has been in turmoil. What's the point of all the pain and sacrifice? We're not willing to stand up and keep fighting.
I know what we have to do.
Now streaming only on Disney+.
Give us opening day, April 1st on ESPN.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
St. Louis, our host city for the second time in 5 years. We're just one weight away now from Championship Saturday tomorrow night here on ESPN. UFC Fight Night tomorrow from Las Vegas. 7th-ranked Derek Brunson has won 3 straight. 10th-ranked Kevin Holland, a winner of 5 in a row. They square off in the middleweight main event. The prelims 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. The main card on ESPN. At heavyweight here, Gable Steveson, working on his 2nd straight undefeated season, takes on Iowa heavyweight Tony Cassioppi. Steveson 3-0 against the Iowa big man. Mason Paris, number 2, not only in the Big Ten, but in the country, goes up against Gannon Gremmel of Iowa State, a Big 12 champion this year, taking down Wyoming's Brian Andrews.
And we told everyone, I mean, this is why you stay late. You know, you start fast with the Spencer Lees of the world, but you stay late for Gable Steveson, Tony Cassioppi, Mason Paris, and Gremmel. These guys, special heavyweights.
Yeah, in a lot of years you'd consider Tony Cassioppi a special heavyweight, you know, but in this weight class with these fellas.
I just did. He is a special heavyweight, and yet we talk about this, and I don't know if there's ever been a time I thought that there was so much separation. Number 1, Gable Steveson. Then number 2, Mason Paris, Michigan. Well, then again, separation to Cassioppi, and perhaps some separation after him. And then I love Gremmel. He's a fighter. He's shown me a lot in this tournament, Jim, the Cyclone.
He's a pretty good scrambler. Comes the first All-American that Iowa State's had since 2013 at the heavyweight weight class.
Gremmel was real high scoring going into Big 12s, that low scoring final, and beat Trent Hilger of Wisconsin. They went to overtime in the quarters. If you did get a number 1 versus a number 2 matchup here as well, you'd see Steveson versus Paris in the finals. And Paris has really dominated his 3 wins here with a pin, a tech fall, and then most recently a major decision against Ethan Laird of Ryder. And only 2 losses in the last 40 matches for Paris have been against Steveson.
Yeah, you mentioned Gremmel, and this is a real win for the Iowa State program. Kevin Dresser, coaching staff there, Brent Metcalf, St. John, Derek St. John, and you know he's just got. This is a big win. In-state kid that you bring along in your program, and all of a sudden he's on the stage with 3 of the best heavyweights in the country. So big win for Iowa State getting an All-American here, and then. Of course, we talk about this earlier here today. That you take a look at Mason Paris, really tough in the top position. His ability to go ahead and turn guys, probably the best guy doing that. I know Cassioppi is pretty good with it as well, but really grinds guys down and uses a lot of straight-on type techniques. But that man over there in the gray singlet on the top position, when he decides to score, he scores.
2 of the best in the country in college, 2 of the best in the country trying to represent the USA in Tokyo this summer. Both of them, Steveson, Paris, already qualified for the Olympic trials in 2 weeks. Paris being a 2019 junior world champion. Gable Steveson winning the Bill Farrell International Tournament in 2019. Penn State's Kirkleaf has also qualified in 2 weeks for the Olympic trials.
And both of them have had great training partners throughout the courses of their college careers. In the rooms around them, Tony Nelson has been there to help Gable Steveson, a two-time champion in 2012 and 2013. The second two-time champ at heavyweight for Minnesota after Cole Conrad in 2006 and 2007. And Paris redshirted his freshman year until January when they took off his red shirt in a duel against Oregon State, where he came out against a two-time All-American and won. But he's been able to train with Adam Kuhn, who you remember from years past, had some great battles at heavyweight with Kyle Snyder of Ohio State.
Yeah, and Adam Kuhn, he's qualified for the Greco, one of the contenders for the Greco USA team, along with Colton Schultz, who's also in this field for Arizona State. So a lot of great heavyweights. I'm not sure I've seen the field for many years that is as full of great heavyweights, athletes. We talk about Paris having only concentrated on wrestling for the past 3.5 years when he was an all-state football player. He also qualified for track and field state tournament by not only the shot and discus like you'd expect, but the 110 high hurdles. But it's all wrestling now, and I'm glad these guys love wrestling, Jim, because there's a lot of football programs that'll love to have him on their team as he drives over that arm bar. Paris does.
Gets the fall.
And Paris is the winner in the second period. So he continues his second pin here in St. Louis. 2 pins, a tech fall, a major decision. The number 2 seed is on. The only question now, at the end of the night, is will he see number 1?
Well, he's doing everything in his control to be able to go ahead and get to that destination match with Steveson. He'll be there tomorrow, so take a look at this, driving this arm bar on Gremmel. He does this so well. Working the technique, drives the point of the shoulder over, rolls over to the top. Pretty easy finish on that one. And now Steveson. Able to get some good work on top.
It's hard to try and compare anyone against Steveson with the level at which he's working, but Cassiope here, the number 5 seed coming into this field. Some Hawkeyes fans did have a little bit of gripe over that, although it seemed to be a fair seeding. But, you know, even if he finishes in 3rd place here, it would be the best finish for an Iowa heavyweight. You go back to 2003, and you've had some good ones in recent history. Sam Stoll, 3 years ago, finished 5th. Bobby Telford among those as well. So there have been some good ones, but he really stands out.
Yeah, it would be a magnificent finish here for him here to finish 3rd. And I think I agree with you. There were no, from 3, 4, 5. The only important seeds were 1 and 2. Seems like these two were destined to reach the finals, Steveson and Paris. And but you got to show up. You got to do what you can. You got to wrestle the whole 7 minutes. Going to have to do that twice tomorrow to finish that 3rd place. And there you see the ankle pick here by Steveson. He's got to set a quick hand. That's the other thing I noticed about him. When you look down, it's easy to focus on his footwork, but he's also got to set a quick hands. Oh, boy.
Wow. Right around the back in about a split second.
Oh, make one way, go the other.
Yeah, reached up for that collar tie, and boom.
Yeah, that's a super duck right there. Duck under. Again, he's starting to see things, and his body is just, his body is reacting to things that he sees. And so many times you get out there, gosh, I could have had that one. All that self-doubt creeps in, but he's just seeing it and reacting to it and hitting that technique. It's fun to watch.
A 15-5. Riding time point locked in as he's accumulated more than 4 minutes of it now. So Stevenson will improve to 15-0 this season, a 33-match winning streak, second highest bonus percentage in the country behind only Spencer Lee. And it sets up a rematch of the Big Ten Finals, where Gable Steveson will go head-to-head against Mason Paris once again.
Point for rounding down the major decision into the finals for the Golden Gophers of Minnesota, the top seed, Gable Steveson.
Jim, from a coaching perspective, there's really not much Coach Eggum has to say for a guy like that, right?
Well, you know, I think Coach Eggum has done a fantastic job with helping the young man mature on and off the mat, and doing a great job at heavyweight U.
Down to Quint with Mason Paris.
Mason, congratulations. Take us through the pin. What happened?
Yeah, you know, I just went out there, you know, wrestled the same match I do every time. Go out there, try to score points, you know, try to get the pin from my team, you know. I was just, you know, keeping the pace on him the whole time, you know. And, yeah, just wore on his arms really hard on top and, you know, dug out the wing. I knew it was going to happen eventually, you know. Wanted that pin for the team.
Tim Johnson was talking about, we know about your football exploits, an inside linebacker, you got some offers. Yep. But Timmy was saying you did high hurdles as well.
Yeah, I went to state for the 110 hurdles and also ran the 300 hurdles.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yep.
What's this tournament like? Obviously, you know, you and Gable are kind of on collision course again. What's that like? What are you dealing with in terms of the bracket and moving on?
Yeah, you know, I just, you know, wrestle every single match, you know, one match at a time, you know, focus on everyone the same, don't underestimate anyone. And, you know, now I'm here, now I'm, you know, we knew who was going to be in the finals, you know, and, you know, I'm prepared this time, I'm ready, and I'm super excited, and, you know, I'm coming for blood this time.
So are we. See you tomorrow night.
Yep, thank you.
Mason Paris notches his second pin here in St. Louis. It sets up a third collegiate matchup against Gable Steveson, who will go for Minnesota's 6th heavyweight.
Over 10 years ago, we made a promise to redefine everything a truck can be. And while we've made good on that promise by winning back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards, the work is never done.
During Ram Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $2,500 bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Look at this human trying to get in shape. Ah, you know what he will get? Muscle pain. Give up. The couch is calling. I say, it's me, the couch. I'm calling. Pain says you can't. Advil says you can.
Gosh it, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka. Scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get 2 unlimited lines for only $70. And now, get Netflix on us with your plan. And this rate is fixed. You'll pay exactly $70 total this month and every month. Plus, switch today and get a free smartphone for each line. The best value and award-winning customer service. Only at T-Mobile.
Dear college sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of